friends, thanks for joining me again. And today I want to talk to you about the 4 keys to financial freedom. Sound elementary, but actually it's a little more difficult to live out than it sounds. So just stick with me, and I honestly believe that pretty much everything it takes to be financially secure and to have financial freedom really does fall into these 4 key major components. So the first one is to spend less. So spending less, or spending within your means, within your ability, is really important, because otherwise we're going into the hole, or going into debt. And so just spending either within our means or even less than that, depending on where you're at in life, is really important. So the number 2 key would be to save money. This is going to be a natural product of having spent less. So saving money, and not just reducing costs, but actually saving your money, as in putting something in an account somewhere, whatever type of account that is that you prefer, but having money saved aside is really important. So saving money is definitely very important to financial freedom. That way when things come up, you have the ability to cover it. So the number 3 key would be to pay off debt. This is very important, because when we carry debts, our living expenses are higher, because when all the bills come in and we have this paycheck, it seems like after all the bills are done, we really don't have much left. So paying down your debts, any types, car payments, student loans, credit cards, pretty much anything you have, medical debt, even mortgages, I think is really important. So pay down your debts until they're paid off. And then the last key would be to reduce your risks. This one is a little bit more tricky to figure out, because different people's situations are different. But essentially it's, having an emergency fund in place, like I said, so that when emergencies come up, because they're going to come up, you have something there. So you have freedom, because you have the ability to cover those costs without going into debt. It can be, generating other sources of income. I prefer passive sources of income, things like rental income and stuff like that is what my husband and I are attempting to try and start out right now. But different sources of income, having multiple jobs if you can, just other streams of income in general can help supplement things, so that if you have, say, 2 or 3 sources of income and one falls through, you have the others to fall back on. Therefore, you don't have quite as many risks, to lose your house or who knows whatever else when, things happen in the economy and that sort of thing. And even carrying proper insurance can be an important key component to, just reducing your risks in general, because when you choose to have some insurance for different things, when you get sick, it's not going to cost all the money in the world to fix, your issue, or when you have a baby, it's not going to cost $30,000 that you're going to go into debt. Or, if somebody were to pass away, you're not going to have, family members who were dependent on that person, to be able to make their bills because they carried a life insurance policy, those sorts of things. So I don't want to get into that too much, but even carrying some good insurance can be one of the components that is needed to help reduce risks. So that's it. So spend less, save money, pay off your debts, and then reduce your risks. And you'll have financial freedom. When you have passive sources or even active sources of income, but no debts, you can live pretty, free. When, you go to retire and you have some passive income that you don't have to be actively working toward, then you can retire without having to constantly be worrying about where your money's going to come from, that sort of thing. So that is the roadmap, in my opinion, to financial freedom. It all falls down into just those 4 key components. And really, even then, it can be summed up even beyond that to just say, live a, frugal lifestyle, or, a conservative lifestyle. And then instead of spending your money, invest it. So that's pretty much what we try to do, or we are trying to do, to try to get there. Even though we're nowhere near there right now, at least hopefully if we're working toward it now, we'll get there in the future. So there you go. Hopefully you found this video helpful to you. I'm Frugal Brain Girl. We'll see you next time.